Alright, today I'm gonna keep on rolling with the project here. Uh, let's see. Does this pull this down a bit? Somehow this got out of whack. What happened? And so that's what I'll do. And so I'm going to continue on with, we're going to continue on I think I went down to the Dorian. Now we'll go up to the Mixolydian, and then the Locrian, and the upper quadrant. And then so I'll do that after the joke jump. So I'll just try to noodle around for a bit. I was trying to think on the noodling to get the coffee in the bloodstream here. I was thinking, hold on, let's see if I can. Maybe I try to like practice my fingering where I hit a string below. So maybe I like practice up here, and then I want to hit like this string down here, and then to this string, and then maybe out here. I can't really hit that one. So I'm trying to, and I'm doing it with a pick, you know. So just practice my picking. So I'm just going the major second, duh, and then down to here, duh, and then duh, 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 and then duh, 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 just to skip a string. Duh, so it goes duh, 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 duh. Right. And so I'm just trying to see if I can practice my picking to skip a string. So I should have my other glasses. And then maybe I can do my finger picks as well. Same note. Get my other glasses. Hands a little sore today. Straight up here. So now I'll do the same thing here. So I'm just gonna go from here, and it's gonna go duh, dun, 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 like that. My hand's a little sore from gripping, so maybe I should work on the cajon a little bit to get my blood going so I can rest my hand. So I'll just do maybe I'll try to noodle. The other thing, I was trying to reach backwards. Like, what if I reached back, but I skip a note, like. Trying to find where that would work. So I'm just noodling here, going da 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 da, but then I'm hitting the open string here. So I'm as I do that, just to kind of see what that would do. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I have to play with that more. I'm trying to hit the open strings more when I. I don't know. Well, I'll get back to. Let's just get back to the strings for now, and I will. Let's try the joke first. Get back to the counting strings after the joke jump. I think this joke. I'm not sure this joke quite works. I could have done more. But you know, I kind of threw two ideas together, and it is what it is. But if the joke doesn't work, at least the images are still pretty neat, I feel like. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Okay. Did you know gravity is officially the weakest of the fundamental forces? Yeah, gravity is weak, man. That's why gravity couldn't even pull a fridge magnet off of the fridge, for crying out loud. It's so weak. That's why I rely far less on gravity and far more on gravitas, right? Because gravity's weak. I rely on gravitas. Gravitas keeps me smack dab in the middle of everything. Smack dab in the middle. And people think smack dab in the middle is just a phrase. No, that's a warning label. You got to be careful with gravitas because you're dealing with something that's more powerful than gravity. Smack dab in the middle was actually invented by the Rockies corner man. That guy built entirely out of the gravel and cigarette smoke. Rocky's standing there seeing triple, like his eyeballs are buffering, and he goes, I see 3 of them out there. And then the corner man gives the greatest advice in sports history. Hit the one in the middle. Hit the one in the middle. Beautiful, iconic, inspirational. Except when I have gravitas, I am the one in the middle, right? Too much gravitas. And then I'm standing there like, oh no, this is bad physics, very bad physics. Gravitas doesn't keep me centered. It paints a bullseye on me, for crying out. Suddenly I'm smack dab in the middle, and people seem to be lining up for their turn to smack as though they're following an OSHA regulations, for crying out loud. And the worst part, I don't even know what the dab is supposed to mean. You got to smack the one in the middle like the Rocky, but I guess apparently, based on my experience, it's some kind of eye jab, eye gouge, or possibly dabbing on me is the phrase that replaced like hacking on me after they post some kind of disgraceful TikTok or something. I don't know what's going on these days. Smack dab in the middle. So yeah, gravity may be weak, but gravitas, although powerful, needs to be handled with care, people. Okay? You have to stop worrying about, I don't see it. Not sure it quite works. But it feels like it should kind of pull together. Let's see what Suno has to do with it. That's all I could come up with last night. I think maybe I'm losing it on my joke skills. I'll have to.
Did you know gravity's the weakest force we've got? Yeah, gravity's soft, man, barely holds a coffee pot. Couldn't pull a fridge magnet off if you gave it a shot. So I don't lean on gravity. No, I lean on something high. I lean on gravitas. Keeps me centered like a king. Keeps me smack dab in the middle. And that's a dangerous thing. People say smack dab like it's cute, just a phrase they can throw. But no, that's a warning label and they don't even know. 'Cause Rocky's corner man taught us all the riddle. When you're seeing 3 opponents, you hit the one in the middle. Beautiful, iconic, the greatest line ever said. But when I have gravitas, I'm the middle one instead. Rocky's eyes were buffering, vision splitting in 3. Says I see 3 of them out there. Somebody help me. Corner man goes full legend. Voice gravel and flame, hit the one in
rely on gravity's. I rely on gravitas. Gravity's weak, man. Gravity's got nothing on my gravitas. Alright. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like it should be. I could have made it work if I thought about it better. Alright. Anyway. I'm gonna copy this one over. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I'm in the collection of notes around the key of C. Let me see, am I in tune here? Let's just check the tuning real quick. YouTube is not receiving enough video to well, whatever, YouTube. YouTube says it's not smooth right now. It's not my fault. I think everything's working on my end. Although I have had internet outages. So maybe it is. I blame that on Spectrum. Okay. Back's been hurting. Alright. Maybe I should put another. I need another footstool, maybe. Okay, that's better. That's gonna make it better. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna say that we're in the collection notes around the key of C. So I've got on the 8th fret, 1st string down from the ceiling, back to the 5th fret, 1st string down from the ceiling. That's position 1, and I'm focusing on the tonic in this position 1, which is the 3rd string down from the ceiling, nodal point 5. Okay, so then I'm gonna say that the 3rd, I'm measuring in the quadrant to the upper left by having the 3rd, which is nodal point 7, which is the 3rd away. The 3rd of nodal point 5 mixolydian out here, and then the 5th is right above it, right here. Not exactly a chord, but we're noodling backwards with like a arpeggio. So then nodal point 2 is the mixolydian. That's the point that I'm currently measuring or focusing on. So nodal point 2 is the 5th modal half, 5th scale degree minus 1 is 4 modal half steps up from nodal point 5. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So there's nodal point 2, which is, so that means that nodal point 2, the Dorian, is always the 2nd modal whole step times 2, 4th modal half step plus 1, 5th scale degree away from nodal point 5 mixolydian. And it has a distance of 7. That would be clockwise. Counterclockwise is 12 minus 7 or 5. Okay, so that's the starting point. So now I wanna move to the collection of notes around Aeolian. So I'm thinking like I'm noodling around in mixolydian, like rocking. And then I'm like, okay, I want to make it Aeolian, but with the G as my center, as my tonic. And it's like, okay, I could do that. Something's just wrong with my holding seating situation. I don't know. I had it like that. this is all messed up. Okay. So, alright. So then if I want to make that the Aeolian, then I can go, okay, I'd like to find the Aeolian on the top string because maybe I know that shape best. So I'm like, okay, where's the Aeolian in the current collection of notes? Well, if this is nodal point 5, Aeolian is 1 modal half step up nodal point 6. So in the shape, I could be like, all right, there's Aeolian. Where's if that's Aeolian right there in this collection of notes, then where is it on the top string? I can then, that color doesn't stand out. Where is it on the top string? I can find it by going, boom, an octave up. So the Aeolian on the top string, I need the red, is out here. But the red doesn't fit in the red is not, it matches the other red. I need a different red. Oh. Alright, slightly different red. Okay. So then, alright. So then I'm like, okay, that would be like the top string of position number 1. If I pull that down to this position, then this would be as though it was the top string of position number 1. So I'd be playing, like I can say, okay, then playing down, it would be, so it'd be, like if I played this one across, it would be Aeolian to Aeolian, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if I played this one at least to the kink in the tuning, where it gets funky, I can say this would be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it gets wonky, 5, 6, because it needs to move up across the fault line. Okay? So then I can also say, well, where would, now if that wasn't in position 1, I would also ask, well, where's the Aeolian in position 1? That's the one place it's in position 1. It's also in position 1 over here. So I'm like, okay, that one is in position 1 and it's on the same string. So that should make things nice, because if I pulled that back to this one, that would be as though this was on the front end of position 1 and I'm kind of leaning back into that position. So then I would be kind of thinking, okay, that means position 1's going to be behind it. So like if I was to, like it would be back here. So this would be 6, 7 going forward, but going backwards it's 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So if I'm leaning back this way, because if I was here, it'd be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So leaning back this way, if I did the same thing and made that G, it would be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So did I do that right? It'd be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then, okay. So those are the main two. I also have an A in open position. It's kind of harder to see, but that's position number 4, or the Ionian C shape. If I pull that one over here, then I can do a similar thing. But let's see it in the large shape now. And we'll pull this on over. And okay. So now I've got my fretboard here in the collection of notes around the key of C, because the C is the Ionian, and that means that nodal point 3 is E, the Phrygian. So the low E string is E, low E string down here is E Phrygian, and the fretboard is showing the kink in the tuning in the shape of the fretboard. Okay, so then this is fret 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 3 strings down from the ceiling is the Mixolydian node. Okay, so then I want to make that the Aeolian. So I determine that I'm in position 1 right here. This is position 1, and the Aeolian is on the top string. So I could say, okay, I can think about that as though it's the top string in position number 1, and I'm leaning forward, right? So I could say, okay, if I pull that down, then you could see relative to the red here, it is now the top. It's now the top string, Aeolian. But relative to the yellow, it's now the G, because it's the 6th string up, 6th fret up. Fifth fret up, 3rd string down from the ceiling. So in the collection of notes on the yellow, we're now in the collection of notes where that Ionian is, if that's the A string, open A is Locrian. So 1 fret up from that is going to be the so that's the Ionian, which is going to be A sharp. So when we're in the collection of notes of Ionian from the perspective of the major, A sharp. And so that gives us our Mixolydian. So this Mixolydian, I can think of it as, from the red standpoint, as though it's like the top of position number 1, or I can think of it from the yellow's position. In the yellow, I can see that I have the box on top now. So whenever the box is on top, that is position number 2. So it's position number 2. So that means both those perspectives is kind of valid, right? Like, so that means that the position number, like if I think of this as though it was the top string of position number 1 and count it down and account for the kink in the tuning, then that's the same thing as though I thought of it as the 3rd string down of position number 2. Okay. So let's try it this way, and then I'm going to go, okay, where's the other Aeolian? Here's an Aeolian here that's in shape number 1 in the collection of notes around the key of C. So it's shape number 1. It's on the front end of the shape instead of the back end of the shape. So that means if I pull this back here and say, okay, now relative to the yellow shape, I am now on the front end of shape number 1, but we once again are in the collection of notes of A sharp now instead of C, A sharp major instead of C major, and so now I'm thinking of that as 6 instead of leaning forward, which would be shape number 2. I'm thinking of it leaning backwards now into shape number 1. So it's leaning back. So so Aeolian to Aeolian, shape number 1. So from the perspective of the red shape, then it's the same thing. I'm in the back of shape number 1. Okay. So let's say I did this shape, this Aeolian. This Aeolian is in open position. It's shape number 4, or the Ionian C shape. So it's the Ionian C shape. So I can think that, okay, this is on the 2nd string down from the ceiling in the Ionian C shape. So I can kind of imagine as though this node was the 2nd string down from the ceiling if I was playing in the Ionian C shape, right? I'm playing the Mixolydian. So obviously this makes sense, right? So obviously I would be playing the Mixolydian node of the Ionian C shape, or shape number 4, which is the 2nd string down from the ceiling. And clearly, if I make this the Mixolydian node on the back end of the shape leaning into it, that would be the same as though I thought about it as the top string from shape number 1 down here, because I would be playing from the Aeolian node on position number 1. So in other words, if I pull this over here and down here, so now relative to the red, this is the 2nd string down from in the collection of notes around the key of C. This would be the Aeolian node 2nd string down from the ceiling in open position shape number 4, or Ionian C shape. But from the perspective of the yellow, once again, I'm leaning forward into the shape number 2. So that means that obviously if I was playing from the Aeolian node from shape number 4, second string down, that's the same thing as though I was playing shape 2, third string down, because it's the same node. So I end up, of course, with the exact same shape if I think about it that way. Oh my goodness. My head is hurting. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. I think this is, I think something is clicking. Something is clicking. I'm not sure if it's in my head or if it's like someone outside clicking something. Okay. Okay, so then I could, so if I change the collection of notes to A sharp, that would be collection of notes around 2, number 2. So I'm going to go back here, make that a 2. And so now, boom. So now I'm in the collection of notes of A sharp, note 6th fret, first string down from the ceiling, and this node is in the shape then of the boxes on the top now, strings 1 and 2 down from the ceiling leaning forward. That means I'm in shape number 2, and behind it then, you can also call that a Locrian shape or the Ionian E shape from a caged system, and then behind it is going to be shape number 1, or the Ionian G shape. So this string then is, whenever the Aeolian is the third string down from the ceiling, I am in between shape number 1 and shape number 2 if it is node number 6, Aeolian. let's go back. Greasy pig. Let's go back to the collection. So if I go back to the collection of notes on this way, then I want to say, okay, that nodal point 6, I want to be nodal point 5. All right, so that means, well, where is nodal point 5 in the current collection of notes I'm in now? In A sharp, from the A sharp major collection. It's so it's to the, so the Mixolydian is, I can find it on the top string. I can say, well, it's going to be, if I'm on nodal point 6 and I want to make it nodal point 5, it's one modal half step back. So I can say, okay, if I'm here, then it's going to be back here in the current collection. And then that means it's going to be up here, octave up here. So, and then I could say, okay, that's obviously the Mixolydian, shape, or you might call it an Ionian A shape or shape number 5. So then clearly I can just say, well, I could think about this as though it was the top string on shape number 5, because it would go like 5, 6, and then open string 7, 1. It's hard to do it open string. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 5. And then here, so if I did that here, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 5. And that, of course, would be the same for many other notes. So I could say, well, where is it in position number 1? Because I know that best. What's right behind it? Position number 1's right there. So if I moved it up this way, like position number 1 would be back here. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I moved that up to the Mixolydian was here, then it would be, that would be like the middle position number 1. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could say it's on this string, and that would be on position number 2, and I'm kind of leaning back. It's on the front end of shape number 2, 8th fret. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So position number 2 on 5 would be like, but if I started on here, position 2, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I need to make that like over here leaning back. If I was leaning back on this shape, it would be like 5, it'd be like 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait, something got messed up. See, I'm losing it. 5, 6, 7, 1, and then it goes over the fault line. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so let's just change it back to that collection of notes. Okay. So now we're in the collection of notes around the key of C again. Position 1, fret 5 through 8. Okay. Whew. Man. Let's try to make it the Locrian. So I'm going to make it Locrian now. It's crazy Locrian. So I'm playing in Mixolydian. I'm like doing my Mixolydian thing. ugly. And then I'm like, oh, dude, I want to play in Locrian now. Why? I don't know. Because I feel the urge to play in Locrian, so I want to make that node Locrian. Okay, well, where's the Locrian on the top string? Well, if I'm on nodal point 5, 5, 6, 7, Locrian is 2 modal half steps up, plus 1 would be the third scale degree. That means the Locrian is the third of the Mixolydian. And so I could say, okay, well, I know there's, so 5, I could count it up this way. Like I could go 5, 6, 7 if I know my shape, which will be 4 steps up if it's a third, you know, right there. And then I could say, if I know that one, where's it on the top string? It's going to be an octave 12-step difference to the top string, which would be right there. So I'm like, okay, that's the B on the top string. And that B is in what you could call the Locrian shape if I was to lean it forward, but more likely you name it from the Ionian, an Ionian E shape, or you might just call it shape number 2. But I would call it shape number 2. Let's call it the Locrian shape though, because if I start on the first node, it would be Locrian, 7 to 7, 7, 1. So I'm not going to rename it. I'm just going to count 7 to 7, right? 7 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, whoops, then I did it. Then I renamed it. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. No. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so if I moved that down to here, to node 5, that would be like as though I was playing position number 2, but from on the top string, but third string down and adjusting for the kink in the tuning. So it'd be like, so now I'm going to make believe this 5 is the 7, but I'm following the pattern up here, but with this finger on this string. So it'd be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the kink in the tuning happens. 6, 7, right, 7, 7, 7, 1, wait, 7, 1, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, Locrian, Ionian, wait, Locrian, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, 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 Locrian. Okay. I don't even need the guitar when I can sing like that. I don't even, why even bother with the guitar when you got chops, like musical, like vocal chops like that. Anyway. And there's another 7 back. Now I could find, now that 7, I could say where is 7 in position number 1? It's the same node, but instead of leaning forward, I'm leaning backwards. So now it's in position number 1. So if it's in position number 1, I can play that same node and say, but now I'm leaning backwards like it's in this shape. But now it's the second string. It's the second note in position number 1 instead of the first, right? So now it's like 7. So in this 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I tried to play that shape down here, it would be as though like as though this was So now I'm like, if that 7 was that, if that 5 was the 7, that would be like as though it was the top string and I was playing it with my ring finger. So it'd be, I'm trying to follow the shape. It's gonna be harder. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. I think I got that. Okay, and then so that means that it would, okay. And then there's also one over here. So that it means that in this shape right here is shape number, this is the Ionian A shape, or you might call it the Mixolydian shape, or shape number 5. So in shape number 5, this is the Locrian node of shape number 5. So the Locrian node of shape number 5 is over here, and it's a lean forward kind of shape. So if I played that, it'd be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. So that means that lean forward shape is the same as this node leaning forward, obviously, right? So this node leaning forward. So that means, like, from, if I don't take in the octave into perspective, playing the top string of shape number 2 is the same as playing the second string down, or from the Locrian node of shape number 5. And so then if I played this and made it that, then it would be the same. Okay. All right, let's check it out on the big shape. Okay. So now it's over here. So now I'm in the collection notes around the key of C. Ionian number 1 is the C, and I'm looking at Mixolydian. And I'm like, okay, I want to make it 7. Where's the Locrian node in this collection of notes? Well, on the top string, it's over here, which I could say leaning forward is shape number 2. So, or the Ionian E shape. So if I pull the 7 down this way, that means if I still look at it from the perspective of the collection of notes around the key of C, which is the red, it's still like shape number 2, which means it would be a B. But from the perspective of the yellow, I'm now in the collection of notes of, let's say this is the B, so it would be a B, a C. I'm in the C made? I'm in the collection of notes. That's not right. This is going to be, this one is a C. C may, that doesn't make sense. This is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. So this right here is not this is a G sharp. Yeah. Okay. So then it would be like it was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 straights down. So that's still a G, but now it's in the shape of shape number 2 from the perspective of the orange. So that means we could see that shape number 2 played from this node number 7, is the same shape as though we were in shape number 1 from this perspective of the A, shape number 1 top string. So if I played shape number 2 top string, that's the same shape, obviously, because it's the same node as shape number I think I'm dying. Okay, let me try the next one. Okay. So now so here I am back on the normal shape. Now I'm going to say, okay, now this Locrian node. So let's look at this Locrian node. This Locrian node is the Locrian node, if I'm leaning forward, of shape number 5, or the Ionian A shape. So then if I pull this down to here, then I can see from the perspective of the red, it's still the same shape. It's shape number 5, Ionian A shape. But from the perspective of the yellow, which is now the collection of notes of G sharp, it's a G, and it's in the collection of notes of the Ionian E shape, or shape number 2, or the Locrian shape. So that means that if I played from the second string down, shape number 5, Mixolydian shape, from the Locrian node, that is the same. I mean, it's going to give me the same pattern, the same shape, as though I played from the Locrian node of this shape. All right, I think I'm done. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm going to stop this, and I'm just going to noodle around. We'll try to noodle around in the Mixolydian, or around the G maybe. Let's go to G minor again. I feel like I'm a little out of it today. I'm so out of it, I don't even know what it is. What am I supposed to be in? I don't know. All I know is I'm out of it. For crying out loud. Okay. Whatever.